Okay, so I moved my whiteboard to the floor. I've got my paper, and I'm going to put my carbon paper over that paper. I forgot to mention in the last video what it is that we're measuring. So you need to measure with your meter stick the height of the table, like our vertical displacement Y. We're going to assume that the ground level is 0, so you're going to have a negative displacement starting from some height and ending at height 0. We are also going to be measuring our range, our horizontal distance, or displacement. This is going to be positive, so if we have a 0 position from where the marble left this track to some position forward, right, that is going to be in the positive X direction. So we're going to be measuring those two things with our meter stick. And the last thing we're going to measure using our video analysis is the time the ball is in the air. So I'm going to let this marble down from our first mark on our inclined plane, right where the blocks are. I'm going to take 4 trials, so I'll have 4 times. I'll take the average, and then I'll show you how we're going to measure our range, right? The height, right? Just stick your meter stick up there and measure that. But the range is a little bit different. So let me run this down a few times, 4 times to be specific, and then we'll talk about what to do next. Let's see if our cluster was together. Looks pretty good. I don't want to move this because we need to do our range. Let me pause the video and actually we could probably do it all at once. Okay, so the horizontal motion of our projectile started once it left the plane, the track. So we know from our previous labs that our marble accelerated down the inclined portion, moved with a constant velocity across the horizontal portion, and once it left the track, it was a horizontal launch projectile motion. So our marble was in free fall once it left the track, and we would do all of our calculations accordingly. For the range, our X position, we want to know where it started, where did it leave the track. So I've created this plumb line just with some string and a mass. I'm holding it at the end of my track, and I'm just going to drop it on my white erase board, and that will be my position 0 in the horizontal. I need my meter stick. So I'm going to take my meter stick, and from the center of where my mass is, I'm going to lay it out and try and capture these marks that our graph paper made, or our carbon paper made. And then I'm going to set it up for getting our range. So our dots are pretty much in the same spot. I would read this as like 43 centimeters or 0.43 meters. But I'm gonna take a picture of this setup so that you can see what I'm seeing too. All right, that's it for the data collection for this lab.